What is up, guys? Scars here, or Brian, whatever you like to call me. And I'm making this as like an uncut, raw video because I don't really care to edit it, and neither do I really want to. But I'm bringing you guys some news that might sound like deja vu. I don't know. Did that sound like deja vu to you? Let me start off by eating a bowl of cereal. Yo, shout out Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This is the dulce de leche, which is literally translated to like sweet of milk, but it's just Cinnamon Toast Crunch with caramel. But let me take a bite of this. So damn good. Anyhow, I'm bringing you guys a video that might sound very familiar. As you can tell by the title, I am, in fact, moving to Peru. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to be in Latin America, baby. Latin America. Let's go. Anyhow, I got a little excited. As you guys may or may not remember, if you're living under a rock and you haven't watched any of my other YouTube videos, I used to live in Vietnam. Back before the dark ages of COVID, I used to live abroad in Vietnam. I made a video explaining why I'm moving to Vietnam, and went out there for a while, and from 2019 to 2020, and then I came back here, and I guess I've been quote unquote stuck back here in Florida for the last 2 years, and I'm so excited that the COVID restrictions have kind of lessened out, even themselves out, and tourism is now a normal part of society, and people can now integrate themselves in new places. I'm so excited to put myself in a situation where I can go abroad and not have to worry about, oh God, am I going to be on a 14-day quarantine? Am I going to have this and that and this? You know, just, I can finally go. I may or may not have to get a COVID negative test prior to getting there. That is still in effect right now, but I am traveling to Peru, Lima, Peru. I don't know if I even said that. All I said is I'm going to Latin America. I don't even know if I mentioned Peru. Anyhow, I'm very excited to be going to Peru. I'm going to be going at the end of May. I am going to live abroad, and I have definitely saved a lot more money this time to go abroad, but it's not that I'm going to be living off the money I'm saving, but I am supplementing my income from teaching online. I do work for a company online teaching English, and I do make some supplemental income doing so. I'm only really doing it very limited days of weeks right now because I am currently working 60-hour work weeks, which some people are going to think, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you working 60 hours a week? But I am saving a lot of money, like I said, because I make pretty decent money in my job right now, and to be able to save as much money as I can prior to going there will help jumpstart me into a new country. And like I said, once I get there, I'll full on teach online, and it's gonna be an amazing time, guys. So some of you guys might be asking, why Latin America? As I mentioned before, I did live abroad in Asia. And I feel like even though, yes, I got a little bit of experience there, obviously I've only kind of dipped my toe into the water, so to speak, of the vast possibilities that Asia has to offer. I was only in one country in Southeast Asia. So you can only imagine just alone in the other Southeast Asian countries how much other realm of possibility there is. If you guys don't remember, or anyone who's been watching a lot of my videos as of recent, I did a interview with Dave Does Cambodia, gentleman who was here from the U.S. in Michigan, who moved to Siem Reap, Cambodia, which is in northern Cambodia. And I was actually very interested in moving there myself. I don't know if it was going to be Siem Reap or Phnom Penh, but I was very interested in moving back to Southeast Asia, and kind of going down the line, I guess, so to speak, of the countries I wanted to go to and live abroad in. And then I was about to set up another interview with another guy, another American dude who's living in Phnom Penh, which is the capital of Cambodia, because I was going to kind of do a compare and contrast based off of my interviews, the information I get, and what made sense for me. But I ended up not doing that at all. So why Latin America? Well, for a couple of reasons. First of all, Latin America and the United States are in such close proximity, yet there is so many unknowns about what opportunities and what there is to explore in Latin America. Certainly there is many things that have been seen and are definitely on a bucket list of mine that I do want to see when I'm there in Latin America, and so many things I'll probably never get to see. But why Peru specifically? First of all, what's most important to me when I'm going to any country, and this should be important to you whether it's visiting or living, is safety. How safe is the country you're going to? It doesn't matter, especially if you're going to live there, though. You need to think of the long term. If you're visiting a country, you could generally just stay in touristic areas and never really have to worry about anything in general. But when you want to live in these new places, do you want to live in a tourism area or do you want to kind of live more off the beaten path in a more local area? And I always do that anytime I want to go to a new country, particularly if I want to live there. I only like to live in local areas, local neighborhoods and countries. So Latin America definitely has its reputation for being dangerous. There's certain countries I just would probably not live in. Number one, obviously being in Venezuela. And I'm not even talking about Central America. Central America is its whole own thing. Okay. We're talking about South America in this case. Venezuela, number one, most dangerous country. I could not live there. I very much feel for the people who are stuck in those situations there and feel like they have no way out because the economic situation in Venezuela is just horrific, particularly for people who are living in these really dangerous spots like in Caracas, where, in the favelas especially, it's been said that, on a weekend, there could be up to as many as 40 people who die over a weekend, every weekend. And this is even weekdays included. I mean, you're talking about 60, 70, and maybe 80 people who die every week in this city. So it's a really, really unfortunate situation. It's just so sad. But number one, that is completely out of the question. I was never going to go to Venezuela. I mean, if it was a safe country, 100% that's where I would be. I think Venezuela has just got some of the best, culture in Latin America, in my opinion, at least before before this stuff happened in the economy. So no, that's out of the question. Brazil is also another country I would have to be very particularly careful in. There's great cities to go to. Rio de Janeiro is definitely the most dangerous in my opinion, but Sao Paulo, I think it would be a really great place to go to. But either way, overall, Brazil really wasn't in the realm of possibility for me. And Colombia, it was actually a very close tie between Peru and Colombia. But for me, I feel like even if I'm in a nicer city like Medellin, maybe Bogota, I still feel like that Colombia would not be the greatest option for me. Definitely visiting. I definitely want to visit all these countries other than like Venezuela, but I certainly would love to visit Colombia. Argentina y Chile, I would definitely like to visit, possibly live, but the issue is that it's very expensive to live in these major cities like Santiago or Buenos Aires. I feel like the prices are a lot closer to how it is here in the U.S. And like I said, I want to make sure that I can live in a place where I can live on a budget, but I could still travel and visit around these other countries. That's the thing that's so special about Latin America, guys. You can live in a, cheaper place and, taking into consideration your safety, but you will have such, massive amounts of freedom of being able to take cheap flights all around South America and visiting new places. And the point of me saying this is that I want to bring you guys some content. Obviously, when I'm in Lima, I would love to make some videos and show you guys what Peru is like. The culture is fantastic. The food, ceviche, is, oh my God, is so good. If you guys haven't tried ceviche before, you absolutely need to try it. It's so good. Find a Peruvian restaurant near you. Okay, I know some of you guys live in some big cities there. Find yourself a Latin food restaurant. Here in Florida, we're kind of spoiled with it. I'm in South Florida specifically. I'm south of Tampa. So you can imagine all the Latin culture that exists here. I'm only 2 hours from Miami. So you can imagine it's just we're spoiled with it. But even if you're in any other major city, you could find Latin American restaurants. So go out of your way, find it, give it a try, and maybe you'll fall in love with it and you'll also want to go to Latin America. Peru for me was just a kind of an obvious choice after, doing a little research. Don't get me wrong, yes, Lima does have some very dangerous areas, but it's kind of the same situation as it would be like here in the US, right? You have very dangerous places here in the US and places I would really never want to visit. But there's also places that are just fine to be in. And if you use common sense, absolutely, you can get around just fine. Obviously, I'm not going to take away from the fact that Latin America is much more politically corrupt than the United States. We definitely have our problems, but it is true, obviously, that Latin America is notorious for corruption. But either way, for me, Peru made the most sense. It's where I want to be. And like I said, I'm very excited to bring you guys some content from there. I hope you're excited as much as I am to see some new videos from there. I know some of you guys were really digging my Vietnam travel videos, so don't worry. I definitely will bring you guys some of those. Hopefully, I could do some nightlife videos. I have to be really careful with the camera in a place like there because there is a lot of petty crime like pickpocketing or looting, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, for me, I gotta do it safely. But, you know, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm really not scared of many people. As long as I don't have a weapon with them, I'm kind of chilling. I think I could probably hold myself off from people. So either way, I'm going to make sure I bring you guys as many videos as I can once I'm there. So like I said, I am going to be there at the end of May. I'm just excited, man. I'm very excited to get there. It's going to be a 6.5 hour nonstop flight. So I'm pretty excited. 6 hours south. It's crazy to think I'm going 6 hours south of Florida. I never really thought. I'm so used to going either west or east. I'm not used to going north or south. So it's going to be very interesting to be 6 hours flying south of Florida to Lima, Peru. Either way, like I said, if you guys are excited as much as I am, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe. I don't know how to do this YouTube thing, but I know people like to scream, and that usually does something for their ratings. But you can't dislike the video because, you know, they dislike, they cancel the dislike button. So cancel culture. Anyhow, if you, I'm just so stupid. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you check out all my social media in the description below. Other than that, I really don't remember how to outro video. Let's go!